What am I doing now? Oh, going back to the blacksmith and saying that I look fly as hell now. I guess. Look how cool my character looks. Dribbler.
How fares your day, pirate?
Dressed to kill.
So you've been to the atelier, but clothes aren't all that make the pirate.
Sure they are. Look how cool I look.
The rest, build your infamy. Opportunities of greater reward and risk shall come your way. If any pose too fierce a challenge, I'll forge you something deadlier.
So is this the end of the tutorial and now it's like going into the world and...
Will take notice.
I'm gonna be pretty done for the night here pretty soon, I think. Cutter acquired. Oh, am I gonna rank up from scoundrel? Contract complete. Dressed to kill. Did he just give me a lemur out of his pocket? Rover. I guess is my pirate rank now. Available contracts. And I guess this isn't a main mission thing anymore. This is like an optional thing because the symbol changed. Strike the iron. A heavy company presence is disrupting Thomas's material shipments, affecting his ability to smith weapons. Sink company warships to loosen their control of Red Isle's waters. Yeah, I can keep an eye out for them while I'm around. To know if Robbie Ron was in his regular clothes, then you are a pirate wouldn't have hit as hard. Is it bad that I don't know who this is? Hold the track. Now I can go meet John Skurlock and say, look, don't I look awesome now? Tracking blueprints. Tracking a blueprint that you own, you can easily view the materials required to craft the item as well as how much of each material you have already acquired. So for like this next ship type, took longer than 10 minutes. Task there. This also reveals the location of all remaining recipe materials on the map, which you can place a marker on as needed. So this, and then what does it want me to do? Cargo, captain, knowledge. What? Press X to open the journal. Top 10 lies in video game history. There's nothing happening. Press X to open the journal. Press X to open the journal. It doesn't say it here. Oh, but this is the screen that it was supposed to say it. It literally said the message on every screen but the screen it was supposed to say it. This page shows all your currently tracked blueprints. Newly obtained blueprints will be added here automatically. You may add own blueprints here from the codex. So I should probably repair my ship. I'm being reminded of here. The Line of St. Anne. So yeah, side quest there. Miscellaneous. So these are like quests and stuff. Whoops. No. Main, side, misc. Where's my blueprints? Traditional coconut cake. Rope locker restoration kit. How do I track for... Whoops. I keep on trying to flip menus with the bumpers there. How do I... like, track things for this new ship type? Ship type. My goodness. So this game... So this kind of is the tutorial that I'm going through, where I'm completing quests for people that's like, make your first ship. Fight your first opponent ships to gather materials and make cannons and equip your cannons. So that's basically what the tutorial's been. I think I'm still technically in tutorial land here. So I have this currently. Lack the detailed schematics to commission this item, but I got the schematic for this, and I need bronze ingot and Rico planks and fine jutes and silver and stuff. How do I track it? So track blueprint. There we go. So I can keep an eye out for being able to make this kind of boat. It's a small kind as well, like my current one is. Rank 1, but these are rank 2 ships. So that one would probably be better. So probably be an upgrade. Well, the movement's being kind of weird here. There's a quest to accept here, I guess. View. Oh, I may as well accept all the quests. So that if I see the objectives out in the world, I can do them. Smuggle contraband. Plunder those till stage 2 and recover the goods. Sure. Smuggle contraband. That person next to me is having a bad day. Procure art. Steal painting from DMC merchants and deliver it to the warehouse. Sure. Maybe I'll do that eventually. I don't know. Tavern stores. Supply grilled fish and shark steak to Mako for the tavern owner. Sure. Contract accepted. I wish I could just mash A, accept them all, rather than going through this whole thing each time. Alright, whatever this is. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. It's everything on the job board. So, and there's a thing here. You want me to do something? Hey, there's Skyman.
I've had
So, we're
enough
pirates. Should we see if we can get Mr. Krabs to let us borrow Mr. Squidward?
What say you work for Tatamu?
Yeah,
The
along
ship
with
in
the
ship will net us
along with his
$4
fry
for
cook and his
acquisition.
friend there. And then have him destroy our ship while saying you're good. Coin and profits, count
You are
me in.
greedy as a shark on the scent of blood. I think we'll get along fine. If you're willing, then heed my advice.
Nah.
Buy wares from me and sell them elsewhere for a profit. As long as I get a cut, we have a deal. Leave the information and contact details to me.
Supply and demand without, like, I assume 3 is the rank that it expects my ship to be? Or, I think I'm at infamy rank 3 now, because it was the very beginning one. I leveled up it twice, so I assume that's my intended ship rank to be able to do it. The ship that I'm taking out and about, and it's red because I have a ship of rank 1 that I have out and about right now.
Haste will lead you to ruin.
Yeah. Trade route discovered, map updated, new trade route. Supply and demand. What things do you have? Cloves, dried flower buds. So is the only use of this to just like sell it elsewhere for profit?
Time spent talking is money lost.
My favorite character, guest A2M, that stuff there. What can I do at the cookery? What the heck is that? Illuminati confirmed? I have new mail? Cooking food. Campfires or cookery pots can be used to cook food. Consuming grilled food gives an immediate boost to crew stamina. Cooked foods grant stamina regeneration and even unique buffs. Oh, beet clothes. Oh, I have coconuts. Restore stamina by 40%. These coconut balls are grilled golden brown and then coated with grated coconut flakes. Not like it takes that long to restore stamina automatically. Sure, let's make 4 of these, I guess. I don't have any of these things. Alright, it should work. 1, Mr. Krabs is a pirate, so he understands the experience. 2, he subscribed to the stealing equaling borrowing items without asking. 3, we can give him money if all else fails, as the staff are merely worth 62 cents. That is fair enough there. Ephany Rover, a son of liberty. Whoa. Your head remains screwed upon your shoulders. Well done. Once there was a chant sung out through the pirate clans of old who overthrew the mega corporations and became masters of their own fates. Live wild and die free. As we speak, my cargo hulks traverse the Indian Ocean. Why not attempt to build a hulk or cutter of your own? Perhaps one day your fleet shall grow as mighty as the pirate lords of old. Heh heh, the son of liberty. Reclaim these things. Deckhand slippers, the nefarious fashion sales. Wow. Amazing. I don't know why it always makes that sound when I'm redeeming things like clothes and sales. Things. Alright, I should go see Mr. Dudo and tell him that I have a cool ship now. And I'm a proper captain and things are great. Whoa. Yeah, he's being all violent and stuff. We saw this in the closed beta. That guy probably posted cringe.
Thanks to Captain Fuck Up here, I got a French hound sniffing right up my sweaty arsehole. Get him out my sight.
Whoa, that ship started bouncing a decent bit
Really
outside.
Captain now.
I know there's some waves, but
That leaky tub of yours. Talk of your deeds grows louder.
yeah, I'm doing stuff.
See my ships in the harbour. Do you know where they're headed? Holds
No.
brimming with spices, ambergris, and other delights. They make passage for New York, and in return, the slobber-faced Tulin gives me all the silver, supplies, and guns I need. As long as that flesh pile gets his goods, I can do whatever I want on this island. I control the flow of coin, so I bow down to none.
Such wealth only makes one a larger target. Wealth will bring freedom and power. I don't know. Larger target? What's this menu? RT? I can check in the middle of the cutscene here what I need for my cutter. Like, this seems like a good time to see the thing that I'm tracking here. Such wealth only makes one a larger target.
Pirate is always a target. We're enemies of every nation. But when you have coin spilling out your ass, those that would kill you wind up licking that hole till kingdom come. You want this chance, Cullen? It's yours. But don't you give me reason to ruin another rug. Those fineries are getting very costly. Now take a job and shove off.
Well, what's the... Oh, that's the job. Brokered ground. A kingpin's honor. Brokered ground. Skurlock suspects his enemies are conspiring to undermine his business. Smuggle weapon caches to the sea people in exchange for information.
I want you to haul some guns to my allies.
Oh, now he's
Sea
describing it.
They have information on offer. Bring it back. Now, the sea people and I have a deal. They get the weapons they need from me, and I get full reign of this port. They have been long at war with the clan of Farah, so watch your ass. Farah ships will be on the hunt for you.
I don't know. You're exploring the sea people.
If I didn't supply weapons, the clan of Farah would have buried the sea people.
Oh, I was kind of hoping he'd be like, heck yeah, I am a pirate. That's what I do. And that he'd like me saying that. I guess wrong.
Others offer information. As long as the war drags on, the agreement stands. So, bring him enough arms to fight, but never to dominate. We got ourselves a money spinner, Cully. Let's keep it turning.
I got 3 weapon caches, I guess, to deliver to them. Brokered ground.
Keep that fire burning.
Alright. Yeah, supply weapon cache, Tambi Foundry, Lenitra, Verona Falls? Are these all items that I have in my inventory, like, at the rate to deliver? I thought I only had the 3 weapon caches. Is that locations that I have to go to? What does this mean? I'm so confused. And yeah, I'm sure the guy on the ground there was totally fine. Yeah. The friendo there was just trying to do him a favor. Warehouse, why is this yellow? I haven't interacted here yet. No.
Your situation must have improved if you're here for storage space. Like a hard-working ant. You can
Yes, I need that for a quest. I don't know what these other things it's listing are.
come back anytime.
Great talk. I guess they must be different locations, right? If I zoom out. Yeah. Yeah, these are the locations. Didn't really make it clear in that list. What's that? Does that just mean me? That's the icon? Like the little red thingamabob and then a yellow exclamation point? Red shark. Ah, so that's like the area that it encompasses. Oh, maybe the lines are like the trade route there? This is the trade route, and these aren't the... Oh, that's the lines that I was seeing there before. Is that shape. I gotcha. Kind of encompasses the island. Or something or other. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired. It's 1:30 in the morning. I was up at 6 in the morning this last morning, and that was after not getting a full sleep because of late night with Fire Emblem Fates. So I was really sleepy this past day. I'm pretty sleepy now. I wouldn't mind trying to get up at a semi-decent hour, going to GameStop and picking up the other new release of today of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake and coming here and then streaming it during the day. Most likely I'm probably getting through that in one session because it's apparently not very long, so probably do like a short playthrough of that. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up Skull and Bones for now. Next time we'll start doing these missions and getting farther than I did in the closed beta. Like, this session was basically just getting caught up to where we were at in the closed beta anyway. Like, maybe it'll even be the same amount of parts, who knows? The closed beta was 5 parts to get up to this point. Maybe this will cut up into 5 parts as well, who knows? I'll figure that out when I'm cutting it up tonight here. Because I'm gonna have to do that tonight before I go to sleep. If I'm really tired, usually I'll just go right to bed. But when something's a new release and it's like, huh, I do want the first part of this published, like, immediately the next day, or technically this day, because it's after midnight. It means I have to do that tonight yet. So, I still have a little bit of stuff ahead of me. But yeah, I'll try to do at least a few streams of this game to showcase what it's really all about, and get into the general gameplay loop of it. But this is going to be the kind of series that it just ends when I feel like ending it. Because I don't think that there is a definitive endpoint or anything like that. But, I mean, I'll also do some research and see if there is, like, an actual final boss thing that you can beat. If this is a multiplayer game, that means that's going to be quite a bit of a grind, and I don't know if I want to commit that kind of time. But I'll still look that stuff up out of curiosity and see what's going on there. Oh, store. It's going to notify me that there's new stuff here. Welcome to Skull and Bones Cosmetics Bundle. Limited time. What's the time limit? Doesn't say. And then it's that. Oh, it says there, limited 10 days left. This game just came out like 3 hours ago. And there's stuff that's limited in the shop for only like 3 days here. Talk about FOMO. Bloody Angel ship bundle. Yeah. And seeing stuff like this, I really don't want to get into a game like this. Honestly. Libertine captain's outfit. Whoa. So cool. And then it starts the cursor all the way on the left side each time. First mate whiskers. There's only 3 days after the launch of the game that you can get first mate whiskers. So you better shell out now or else it'll be gone forever. You'll be one of the few people that manage to snag first mate emissives. What does that mean? What does emissives mean? A last gasp before an unimaginable end. Some meet their end swiftly, others feel it seep into their bones inch by inch. And then there's like a delay before I can start scrolling over. The Terror ship bundle. That is very sparkly to the point that it doesn't quite look right. Yeah, there's input delay. You can probably hear me clicking this kind of early. Sir Reginald Grimm sail emblem. Whoa, these ones are ones that you can purchase with normal silver or the real world money thing. Can I cycle around? Nope. Sure can't. Sure can't there. Tard. How do you spill caulking tar on a sail? Keel hauling's too good for him. And if you want some of that gold to be able to redeem that kind of stuff, then that's what it's gonna cost you there. And it's a very common practice in games to have in-game currency that you pay real-world money for, rather than having actual price amounts on these items, because that creates like a little bit of a barrier of abstraction where sometimes the items don't seem like as expensive as they actually are, because there's a layer of abstraction. Also, a lot of games, when they do stuff like this, will design it in such a way that the amount that you get and the amount that things cost in the shop means that you'll always have a little bit of in-game currency left over afterwards to try and incentivize you to, maybe you should try to bump that up with like one more purchase and then you can afford another thing with like your leftover from last time and the new stuff that you got this time. And it's just like people that have figured this out in the gaming industry. There are game companies that have literally hired psychologists just to try and better understand how to get more money out of people and designing stuff like this. And the people who design stuff like this, like, it works. This kind of thing does make a lot of money in a lot of games. Like, the amount of social engineering that goes behind, like, the subtle details of that kind of thing is actually really crazy. And also really scary. And also the kind of thing where it's like, I really don't want to be playing this kind of game. But like I said, I'll do a few streams, mostly just as obligation of like, oh, I'm gonna need to figure out how to repair my ship next time. I'll Google that before next time. This is mostly just like obligation of, I want to see what it's like and experience it firsthand a little bit after like my whole love for AC Black Flag. But I don't know, I'm not really feeling all that great about this game thus far. Quite frankly. Yeah. Oh, here, I can roll the credits. Then, I can say that I did it. Look at all the Ubisoft studios. Yeah. This is Skull and Bones. I am curious how long the credits would go on, considering this thing was in development hell for 10 years. Maybe we'll actually watch the full thing some other time, just out of curiosity. What was that saying in the bottom left there? Version 18.0? I thought I saw on the title screen this was Skull and Bones version 1.0. What does it mean version 18.0? Weird. I don't know. So that's what's going on here. I'm tired. I still gotta cut this up. But yeah, I'm not feeling great about this game thus far, is the conclusion of this first stream. Gotta love the shanties and stuff, though. Playing this really just makes you want, like, this level of ship customizability and the combat things just slapped into a game like AC Black Flag. Like, man, what a kick-ass game that would be. But okay, I'm jamming out now. It might not look like it as I'm listening here, but now I'm actually kind of jamming and I'm a little bit curious how long it goes on, so I'll let it play out and then I'll call the stream. Because, yeah, 10-year development hell here. So, just how many people were involved. Yeah, this is a bit of a slapper here, huh? I'm digging it. Is this the quadruple A game? That's right. Exactly there. Hello, Shaman. I was about to wrap up the stream because it's pretty late and I'm getting tired. But I noticed there was a credits option in the menu and I'm just kind of curious how long it goes on considering how long this game was in development hell. So I'm a little bit curious. Also, the song is a slapper, so I want to let it play out and then I'm gonna go the heck to sleep because I'm tired as hell. But, curious about the credit length? It's going on for quite a while. Also just seriously jamming out now. Did it feel quadruple A then? I doubt it though. It sure did. Man, this game has been so amazing thus far. I can't wait to spend all my money on all the inconsequential everythings that this game wants to push. I have it on fast forward just because we're gonna be here like forever if I don't, but yeah, at the speed, how long does it take to go through? That's taken a while. These are like different versions, I guess. Yeah, and yet Palworld looks fire to play despite the morals that stop you from getting it. Also, no PC. Wait, what are the morals that stop you from getting it? Well, that was a bit of a slapper of a theme. We're still going on with the credits here. I played a little bit of Palworld. I think it's pretty fun. That one I've enjoyed. But yeah. I mean, I know that a lot of them definitely work on other Ubisoft projects. Like, this game used 11 different Ubisoft studios. So, I mean... But yeah. Wait, it's a shady company? Like, from what I've read online, it seems like these are just, like, false rumors that have been spread around maliciously that aren't even really true from what I've seen. And I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it being, like, a Pokemon fan-based kind of thing. There's lots of Pokemon fan games out there, for example. If they're not taken down by the Pokemon company. And if I do eventually make a Scarlet and Violet video essay, that's one of the things that's mentioned is when you make something that's like a derivative work, it doesn't count as yours, it counts as the Pokemon company's, and if they worry that your fan game is going to be successful enough, they'll take it down. A famous example of that being Pokemon Uranium. But yeah. AI art was not true, though. I have never heard about the crypto thing. The AI art was not true. It's been shown that it's not true. But that was one of the things that was spread around, despite there being no evidence for it. Was the case. The evidence for it was, I feel like it's the case, and they previously made a game that was about, like, AI art as, like, a topic or something like that. Was the case. But that's not true. The big two rumors that were being spread around was that it used AI art or they just copied the models directly from Pokemon, both of which are not true. But were just lies that were spread around because people wanted to hate on the thing that was, like, seemingly successful in the wake of a Pokemon not being all that great of quality games nowadays. Yeah, been a while since seeing the Flash logo, huh? But yeah, everything that I've heard about, like, from reputable sources that actually are reporting on things that are for sure the case, it sounds like the team just wanted to make, like, some cool, fun games and stuff. and going into it without a budget and just kind of playing it by ear and stuff. Well, I mean, that was the topic of the game. Like, that was the theme of that game. But the video game that I'm developing as a research project right now uses generative AI. Like, that's the theme of it. That's what it's a research project on. I hope that people don't choose not to play the game that I'm literally making my research project on right now because it uses the topic of generative AI and that all, which from what I've heard about this other project, it sounds like a similar kind of thing there. Available to play when it's done? I'm honestly not entirely sure because it's going to interface with a Python server that it interfaces with this AI. The one that's developing this AI is a grad student that I'm working with that he's like writing his thesis on, whereas I'm working on the actual video game part of it, the front end that showcases his adaptive AI, that's what my project is there essentially. And if it needs to connect to his server, we might only be having it running while like we're actually testing it and doing like studies on it and putting like different research participants through this game that I'm making. But it is possible. I don't know how big like his AI is going to end up being. If it can be a decent size, then maybe it's possible to have it all as like one installable, where it's like, here's a version of the game that doesn't interface with the server, but just interfaces with this section of code that's like his AI bot or something like that. Maybe that would be possible down the line. So yeah, the answer is I don't know is the case. We'll see what comes of it. I think that will be cool to have like an installable version of it that just has everything there. But yeah, it's gonna be a game where you're writing articles for this company and this AI kind of takes over for you. The AI is meant to like pick up on your writing patterns and try to mimic you. And so you're gonna be trying to mix up your writing patterns and make it difficult for the AI to get a read on you. So that the company that you're working for in the game doesn't just feel like they can replace you with AI, is the case. So, but yeah, you're a programmer and recently asked the company to provide us with AI licenses so you can use AI while coding. Yeah, it is definitely a very handy tool in some instances. There have been some cases on like, some various programming things where I've been stumped and it's like, well, I could Google it, find some random thing on Stack Overflow where someone did it, and then copy that code from someone that did it on Stack Overflow. Or just ask ChatGPT that I'll make something that's close that I then have to bug fix. I've done that in a couple instances for some game projects, and I was like, wow, it is a really handy tool. This just goes on forever. This just does not end. But yeah, that's gonna be the concept of my research project game that I'll have paper being published on at the end of the semester here. So I forgot about the credits. And that's one of the things I might start working on this reading week, this week off university, is studying like the format of similar papers and starting to write like a general framework of what's going on to get ready to have like the full publication later in April will be the case. And we're gonna see about submitting it to a games conference or two, this project. So yeah, it'll be a serious game that delves into the realm of adapting large language models with this AI bot. So definitely looking forward to seeing how that comes about and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a really interesting field. When I was first starting this semester and I was doing this research project and my professor was giving me all these options of like, hey, here's all these grad students that are working on different things. Who might you like to help with doing a different thing there? And he listed that one of this grad student that was working on this adaptive large language model AI, and I was like, I want to be involved with him. I want to work on that game. That sounds really cool. So now that's what I'm doing, because I think that AI stuff is really fascinating, and I was like, an opportunity to make a game that incorporates this AI? Hell yeah. So now that's what I'm doing. Do a video essay on it? Maybe. I can talk about it and cover it. Just like discuss the project and like the message of it and stuff like that. I have a very basic interface of it right now. Do I have Unity open with it still? Yeah, I still do. Here, I'll just put it into like windowed mode, and then we've tried to make as basic of a UI as possible thus far, just so that we're not committing to anything definitive until we know exactly what the game is going to look like, and once this AI is in such a state that we know like what its full capabilities are going to be as well. So like the current thing that I have in Unity is like a very basic interface. This just keeps on going. Where it looks like this, where it's like, this will be your computer monitor. I might make a graphic for it sometime this weekend to actually look nice there. Where it's like, you start writing in here, after you've written a little bit, you'll press the button to send it to the AI, where it'll interface with the Python server, send that data, and then it'll develop this model of what your writing pattern should look like, and then start writing like the next little bit, and then you can go to the next article. And figure this space over here could be like your work emails or something like that. That would be like your hints for how it works. And then maybe top right corner could be like the AI, when it just be me hard coding like some sentences that's like, hi, I'm your AI assistant, I'm here to help you like write some things. And if we can program it, we'd like to have like some sort of a percentage up here with, oh, we got through it. We'd like to have some sort of a percentage that shows like the AI's confidence in mimicking you. And then maybe if it gets like past a certain threshold of confidence, maybe you're just fired. Because the AI could just write like you at that point. We'll see there. So that might be the strategy of the game. The gameplay is trying to like change your writing style and be weird and different. I don't know how we're going to account for cases of like making sure the user doesn't just write complete gibberish. That's something that we're gonna have to discuss, but we'll see here. And yeah, this is like my placeholder thing. I figure it should be like a fun kind of thing as well that makes you laugh at some of the titles that are here. Whoa, let's see here. Yeah, maybe something like that. But now I may as well click this to jam out to that thing again while I'm talking about this at this point. And one of the things that I've been working on recently, what do I have up in, this is for my other project. I'm working on 2 video games this semester. One is for a group project, which is this, and the other is my research project, which is this. The thing that I was working on this last week was a grammar, where the prof was like, all right, how are we gonna get our article titles? Are you just gonna like make them all up? Are we gonna get like some sort of a scrubber? Or, no, not scrubber, a scraper to get like article titles from online? Or are we gonna make like a grammar that can generate things? And he linked me a grammar because I thought that sounded kind of interesting, where it can become like all sorts of different formats. And he linked me one called Tracery. And I started trying to use that, but it was in Python, and then I would have to connect like this Python to C# and Unity, and it just seemed like a whole mess. So I was just like, I'm just gonna learn from Tracery, I'm just gonna program my own grammar. So I've started filling like random things here as just like some placeholder things to test it, like, hey, here's a list with a whole bunch of animals. Here's a list with a whole bunch of colors. Here's a list with a whole bunch of occupations. And then here's like some random article options that I slapped together just to like test it out, where it's like, put in something from the animals list. Can we trust them? Like scorpions, can we trust them? Or porcupines, can we trust them? And that's what the initial thingamabob here was based on. That's where I got that first sentence. Or recommendations for those seeking a job as something from occupations. Hit new recipe, 3 different foods. That'll be random things. New study finds places is a great place to some activities. So I was playing around with the grammar here for the first time with programming this, and then just like, yeah, replace these with the corresponding thing. So right now, the current version of the game, it's meant to interface with like a test Python server on my computer that just sends like a random test message back. I'm not gonna boot up the Python server for this. The console will give me an error, like, we couldn't connect to the server, oh no! Just ignore like the error message that's gonna appear down here. Why is it not booting? Boy assets. So right now you're just gonna get like all sorts of weird, hit new recipe, potato, apple, and banana. Wow. Is this, there we go. Scientists make groundbreaking efforts to combine ant and porcupine. New study finds the UK is a great place to gamble. Travel tips, the ocean of Portugal is a new best place to work out. I want the game experience to have these kinds of moments of what the hell? Like what? I want there to be like some laughs. I want this to be like a kind of funny, silly game where you have to come up with some goofy things here. Is my idea. This music's kind of loud, but it's also a slapper. Should I turn it down in the volume mixer? Oh well. So yeah, it should be a pretty fun game. But yeah, again, I don't know if it'll be like available to play out in the world after the semester's through. Maybe if we get a version that doesn't interface with the server and just has like this AI built in or something like that, because we're not gonna have this server running like all the time just for this game. Floridian finds batteries in his shark. Evidence of government spying. You know, stuff like that. That I think would just be kind of silly. The volume's okay, maybe a bit loud. Well, now it's a quieter thing anyway. So yeah, it should hopefully be pretty fun. I would love to publish this. Like, I would love to have a version that just has the AI built in and publish it as like a free Steam game or something like that people can just like play for fun. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, I'll clean it up a lot over reading week here. I'll probably go into my graphic design software and make like a nicer looking computer screen and figure that out. Yeah, that's what's going on there. Stuff. That's my research project game here. I'm having more fun working on that than I am with Skull and Bones here thus far. So yeah, anyway, there's that. So that's my little foray into AI there. So yeah, back on the subject of what brought that around, of the Palworld developers having a game that previously delved into the subject of AI. From what I understood from, like, I never looked in depth on it, but I'm fairly certain that it was that kind of format as well, where it's just like, that's the topic of the game. Like, I think I heard that it was like you have to identify, like, which one is the human-made art and which one is the AI-made art. And it's like, oh, that's actually an interesting concept of a game, because it drives the message of, like, how indistinguishable is it getting. And it can drive, like, a potential fear of that kind of thing. And same with my research project game that I'm making here. One of the takeaways that people playing my game might have is like, damn, this is scary. Like, what? Seeing how well the AI works. Hopefully it works pretty well. So far, it's been trained off of Twitter, and currently it's working on being trained off of, like, several different novels, and seeing if that works. If we have to work with it being trained off of Twitter, that means we're gonna have to put restrictions on the player to only write, like, 2 to 3 sentence articles there, like, very short things, because it's been trained on Twitter models thus far. So, there's that. But yeah, now against AI, just against people potentially getting fired with no empathy or compassion, etc. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, that's one of the things that might potentially happen in this game is this: you're working for this company that just wants to maximize profit, and so they're getting this AI bot that's meant to like assist you in writing these articles, but if it gets like a strong confidence in it being able to mimic you, then it's like, then maybe you're just fired in the game, obviously. Making the player go like, oh dang, like, I guess it's taken over because this company just wanted the easy way out there and just used me along the way. But like, it's not meant to be like a completely hopeless thing where it's just like, oh yeah, AI is doomed to take all our jobs, there's nothing we can do about it. Since again, the strategy is meant to be, see if you can change up your writing styles and confuse the AI and try to outwit it is gonna be the thing. And I haven't actually played with this AI myself yet that this grad student has been making that I'm working with. I'm looking forward to trying it out because yeah, the game part of the game is going to be trying to outwit his AI that he's doing his thesis on. So that'll be fun. It's yeah, it'll be cool to see how this all comes together and stuff. Anyway, yeah, there's that. So I personally think games that use AI and generative AI in ways that send messages about the implications of it and the power of it, that really make the player think about it, that have those kinds of messages, I honestly like that kind of thing. I mean, I might have a little bit of bias because I'm actively working on one, but but hey. But yeah, as a programmer, it's a bit scary potentially being replaced in 5 years or so, but you never know what'll happen. Yeah. Studying computing science myself, it's like, I figure it's pretty safe because everyone always needs computer people, but it's like, at the same time, seeing the kinds of codes that things like ChatGPT can generate, and it's like, wow, that's, holy crap. And it does make you really worried. So yeah, some people that play my video game here later might have a takeaway of being afraid of the future. And I mean, I won't say that it's a wrong takeaway or anything like that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that game goes. Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing how it comes together here, and it'll be like a really cool project to have my name on and try to publish a paper on. It'd be really cool if we do manage to get it published under like some like really cool group thing where Bob. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, this kind of spiraled into another whole conversation here. We'll probably instead have programmers who are professionals in telling AI what to do and to do the right thing. Yeah. And validate the stuff. Yeah. You might not be wrong there. It was funny, for the research team that I work for, I don't do a whole lot of programming there. It's not really a programming field. It's mostly just like data management and database kind of stuff there. And there was recently a problem of these data sets are being sent in like these Excel sheets where it's like data set, data set, data set. They're separated. Some are longer, some are shorter. They all will have the same consistent separation, and they need to all be put in like their own separate Excel sheets and saved as those and then put in the right directories. And this was being done by someone that was on the team but is now taking like a month off or something like that. And that was something that needed to be sorted out here recently. And the two proposed approaches were by one of my coworkers of just, yeah, do the manual copying and pasting and saving each individual thing. And my proposed approach was just like, well, all right, just ask ChatGPT to write code for it, and then like I'll bug fix it and do it. And I was like, I figured it'd be like a short 30-minute process. It wasn't. That thing took me like 4 hours because I haven't worked that in depth with Excel sheets in code before. This was in Python code. So it was a little bit of a learning experience for me. And so I ended up needing to do a lot of bug fixing. It seems like ChatGPT was not exactly very good with working with Excel sheets either. So it would give me like a basic framework and I had to do a lot of fixing up from there and figuring out what the heck it was doing. But it worked. Like I have it and I turned it into an executable like just a couple days ago. And now it's a thing where it's literally like a .exe file that you just put in the directory with the thing that you want, with the file that you want to separate into all these individual separate files. And then it makes an output folder, and then it makes all these separate Excel files with like the individual data sets and stuff. So it took me a little bit longer than expected, but I was like, hey, wow, actually did the thing, working together with ChatGPT on that. So yeah, I guess you could say that I used ChatGPT for a work project there. Again, in a field that typically doesn't use programming stuff at all, but I was like, hey, we can use programming just to negate the time doing this, like, in the future. Like, put a lot of work in now for the sake of doing, like, almost no work later. I mean, just using 3.5, the free thing there. I don't know what the differences are. I don't know how much of an upgrade it is. I only started trying it for the very first time, like, December, I think. When one of my profs was like, all right, so for the final project in this class, the final paper, ChatGPT, I'll allow it. I recognize that this is just going to become more and more mainstream, so I'll allow the use of it. So it's best to get in like in the early stages here and learn how to use it. As long as you don't have it write the whole thing for you. You can have it fix your writing or give suggestions or write sections, like whatever, I don't care. And I was really surprised that the prof was saying this. I was like, really? So I was like, well, he literally encouraged it, so I should try using it for the first time. So I tried using it for the first time. And now it's my go-to for, like, plant advice with my gardening stuff whenever I need stuff. Because I look up some random question about plants on Google, and I'll get directed to some site that has, like, all this fluff of, like, all this other stuff that I don't care about, and then loads in a bazillion pop-up ads that move the text, and I just sometimes want a simple answer. So I just ask, like, ChatGPT, like, how long are X seeds viable? And it just gives me an answer. I'm like, cool! So now ChatGPT's become, like, my gardening companion, is the case. But yeah, her GPT 3.5 is not recommended to use for programming. Like, it's okay, but GPT 4 is definitely much better. So maybe that would be some of the reasons for my issues that I ran into there. Went to a Java conference a week ago and they talked a lot about it. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I've never really followed anything related to ChatGPT at all. I just started trying it out for the first time last December after one of my profs basically encouraged it. And now it's like, huh, this is actually kind of useful in some cases. There are definitely a lot of cases where, like, if I'm asking it for some answer, I need to, like, double check it for what makes sense and be like, did you mean so-and-so? And it'll be like, oh, yes, my mistake. Sorry about that. I did mean so-and-so. So, like, it's not exactly perfect by any means. There are definitely some times where it's very iffy and spits out things that's like, wait, that doesn't actually make sense. But it is still a really interesting tool and also really scary how that kind of thing is possible. But I think that I think it's kind of fascinating. But yeah, I think AI is really cool, and when I saw that there was opportunity to work with something AI based with like this large language model that's adapting to user writing patterns and stuff, I was like, this is the game that I'm going to be making. So now that's the game that I'm making. I don't have a for sure title decide on it yet. I was thinking Doppelwriter, and I'm fairly certain, if I recall, I think I got that from describing my game to ChatGPT and saying, do you have like some cool name suggestions? And I think that was one of them, and I was like, I like this. That's a cool game name for this kind of thing. So yeah, that's probably what the game is going to be called. Maybe I'll come up with a better name later, but that's that project. Anyway, this was Skull and Bones. Maybe the game that I put out later will be more interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, one of the problems with AI right now is AI is confidently wrong. Yep. Like when it's wrong, it's still very confident in its answer. Yeah, and like one of the things that is the easiest way to just trick people is just by being confident in what you say. Like there's YouTube videos, for example, where people will be like completely misinformed about a subject, have no idea what they're talking about, but then just talk about it so confidently and people will accept that it's the truth. Or going back to like this situation before that we were talking about, like with Pal World there, where people were saying that the game was using AI to make its models, which had like no basis for it at all, but people were accepting that because there was people that were saying very confidently this was using AI, or people that were confidently saying it literally just copied the models for the from Pokemon. Look how easily they fit into each other. They must have clearly just fit that into each other and then like edited them slightly to change stuff around. And it's like, no, it's definitely it's definitely heavily inspired. I don't think anyone's contesting that. They probably did definitely take a lot of inspirations, but there was no taking the model and copying it. But a lot of people bought into that because a lot of people were speaking on it like really, really confidently and saying like, yep, that's the truth. And it became like one of the very commonly accepted narratives out there and gave the game a lot of infamy, I'll say there. But I kind of like Pal World. It's been fun for the smidge that I've played there. But yeah, for example, if it takes 2 hours to dry one shirt in the sun, how long does it take it to dry 5 shirts? It's still 2 hours, but the AI will probably say that it's 2 times 5. It's called hallucinations, and when the AI is confidently wrong. Yeah, and a lot of people will just like take it at face value. I'm kind of in fear of the day that we kind of we've already handed over a lot of control to AI and algorithms and stuff in our lives, but I'm kind of fearing the day when, what's the best analogy to put it? Maybe when everyone's kind of like the people in WALL-E, where it's like they're just okay letting everything be decided for them because these systems are just confidently saying like, yep, this is what's right, this is what's good, and everyone just kind of taking the word for it and being like, all right, this is what we're doing, this is good. That's ChatGPT 3.5, how to cut a cake in 7 equal pieces, and it was so wrong. You needed to know. You needed to know how to do it. Oh man. 3D print a protractor and then divide 360 by 7 and then measure that or something or other. I don't know. I should probably find a place to put this protractor here. But yeah, I'm gonna head to sleep here as well. I meant to do that a little while ago, but then kind of ended up leading into this whole conversation here. But I should probably get some sleep. It's now past 2 in the morning. I still need to, if I want to get this first part of this published today, I still need to cut this up tonight, which means I still need to be awake a little while before I go to sleep. So I should probably do that. Do that real quick and then sleep, get up when I'm okay with getting up, and then go to GameStop and pick up the new other video game of today, of that Mario Donkey Kong thingamabob, and beat that in like 1 session or something, and then come back and play Skull and Bones when I can feel bothered to come back and play Skull and Bones. And yeah. Appreciate everyone who stopped by and hung out for Skull and Bones here. And yeah, I'm going to cut this up into parts and then go pass the hail out. So yeah, until next time. This was a 7-hour stream in total when you count the Odyssey stuff before. Holy crap. Yeah, until next time, take care and see you. 30-second ad jump scared you. That's pretty funny.